Hi, I wanted to show you today how to download one of Sherry's books on your iPad and be able to use the e-reader on it. So what you'll do is you'll end up seeing an email from Sherry, and the email there will come there and it'll thank you for getting the book there and buying it. But before you do that, we need to make sure that you actually have some e-reader software on your book. So what I suggest you do is you go over to your home screen there and you click on the app button and assure that you really do have something installed such as iBooks. So go up to the search and type in iBooks, and what it'll do is it'll go through the iTunes store and just have a look to see what iBook readers are available. There we go. So it's come up now, and you can see there's lots of different types of books. But what I suggest you do is you click on the standard Apple one called iBooks, and you see it's typically the first one that'll come up. So if you just click on the iBooks, you'll see it come up full screen there. And you can see in this case it says open. So since open is already there, that's not really a problem. You already have iBooks installed. If you didn't, then you can click on the install icon and it'll download it and install it for you. So going back to your email that you received from Sherry, you'll see a link in there, and click on the link to download the book as it describes. And what it'll do is it'll take you over to Safari, and it will start to give you another link to download the book. Just going to pause here for a minute. If you find out you're not opening the program in Safari, that often happens because you're not using the standard iPad email, like you may be using a Yahoo email app or a Gmail or something to that effect. If you're not doing that, it may not download correctly because it uses the local browser in the email. So let's just go back to the email here, hold down on the link, and you'll see copy, and then copy that into Safari, and it will start to give you another link to download the book. And you'll see there it says click here and in orange, and what it'll do is it'll start to download the book. So it'll take a few minutes to download the book, depending on the connection you have on your Wi-Fi. There we go. So you can see it's now downloaded, and it's telling you the name of the book that's been downloaded, and it also gives you an option to open in, which means you may have another reader, or it also says open in iBooks. Now it's very important you don't click on the book itself. You actually click on one of those, such as open in iBooks. So we'll click on that, and you can see there that what will happen is it'll move over to iBooks, and it will be in your iBook library. Now you'll see up in the corner here, it's starting to whirl around there, and what it means is it's actually saving it into your iBook library, so you won't have any trouble finding it again in the future. This may take a few minutes, as you can tell by the whirling thing there, to show that it's moving over into your iBooks library. But when it does, you can see it's up there on the top corner, and it says New, and you can simply click on the book to read it. So again, like I said, it could take a few minutes to do that, so be a little bit patient and just wait for it to move over depending on how many photos and videos you have in your iPad. Now, let's assume that you really haven't used the book reader very much before, and you want to start from scratch on that. So what we're going to do here is we're going to close iBooks, and assuming we're starting from scratch. So what we'll go through, we'll go back to our home screen, and we'll find the iBook reader and click on that, and it'll automatically come up in our library. And once it's come up in the library, you can see it there in the corner again, and we can simply click on it and read the whole book. And Sherry's books are typically made for viewing in portrait style as opposed to landscape style. And you can see the different directions and the drawings in there. Thank you for trying Sherry's books.